The center of Rome, the Ukrainian Prime Minister, arrived here after a tour of North America. Denis Shmyhal was met by the country's president, Sergio Mattarella, in the capital of Italy. Denis Shmyhal thanked the President of Italy for the provision of some air defense systems which already protect the Ukrainian sky. During the meeting it was also discussed the introduction of sanctions against the nuclear industry of the Russian Federation and the grain initiative. Denis Shmyhal thanked Italy for supporting Ukraine's European integration and expressed hope that the country would also support Ukraine's accession to NATO.
Italy expresses strong support for Ukraine to join the EU as soon as possible, and we welcome the commitment of the Ukrainian authorities to move along the path of reforms. Protection of the independence, freedom and territorial integrity of Ukraine is a fundamental value for all countries of the world that advocate the freedom of peoples and the freedom of individuals. We all want peace, but it must be a just peace with respect for the territorial integrity of Ukraine. Sergio Mattarella, President of Italy.
Ukraine is counting on Italy's active participation in the restoration of our country. This was discussed at the meeting of the Ukrainian Prime Minister with his Italian colleague Giorgia Meloni, as well as during the bilateral conference on the restoration of Ukraine. In particular, support in the amount of €1 billion is expected from the Italian agency SACE. The money will be used to restore the economy, infrastructure, basic humanitarian and social needs of people.
Unfortunately, Russia caused colossal destruction. According to the estimates of the World Bank, only the territory of Ukraine controlled today, our losses amount to more than €400 billion. This is a large amount. I am sure that after the liberation of the entire territory of Ukraine, this amount will double. We know and see how we will rebuild our state. We see industries, we see territories. We invite Italian companies that will join our reconstruction projects at the conference, as well as other Italian business. I am convinced that the restoration of Ukraine will become the largest business investment project on the European continent since the Second World War.
Italy is ready to help Kyiv after the end of the active phase of the war. And not only the government is interested in this issue, but also Italian business.
I want to repeat it once more. What is happening in Ukraine is our common task. We must support the serenity and desire to be free among all nations, and so that the power of law is now replaced by the right of the strong.
The trip to Italy is already the third visit of Denis Shmyhal to Ukraine's allied countries in the last 2 weeks. Prior to that, the Ukrainian Prime Minister held negotiations in the USA and Canada, where he also raised questions about the restoration of Ukraine and the military assistance of allies. Reported by Serhiy Kulas, Bogdan Maksymets, UATV News.